South Coast Switch.
You're either all the way in or you are all the way out. And there is no in between.
Your thoughts on this? The dichotomy of Brunson's doing things for small guards, but you got Wemby, you got Chet, you got all these big Gobert. The rise of the traditional big man is coming back. So those two forces fighting against each other should, styles makes fights. So we should see a lot of good basketball over the next 3, 4, 5 years. The way the parity is breaking out and the styles, there's the different kind of players are being reintroduced back into the game.
Man, I love it. I think that basketball is positionless right now. I think that you can have a point guard that goes to the post. You can have a big that stretches the floor as long as you're productive when you do it. And as long as the game calls for what you're doing. So Jalen Brunson, not super athletic. And what I mean by that is he just doesn't play above the rim. But everything is 2 feet, pump fake, step through, stop on a dime, pump fake, step back. It's it's very effective. And then you have some bigger guys that are stretching the floor. Like I have a kid right now, Chris Birden. He's at Miami, signed with Miami. He's at
Yeah.
Miami right now for summer practice. And we worked on everything guard based, like the past 3 years. But we also worked on dribbling into the post and playing out of the post, and also being able to post fade, catch out of the short corner area, face up, step back, drive, pump fake. So I think basketball players just need to be skilled. They need to be skilled. And obviously to be a pro, you have to be a professional. You have to be superb at least one thing. So as long as you're if you're able to shoot the basketball, shoot the basketball, but you got to do other things as well, rebound and defend and stuff like that. But I love the way the game has grown since when I first started watching it years ago.
Yeah. And to shout out a few Louisiana names, one on the small guards, Cooper Nelson just signed at ULM. I think he's going to just blow up in that conference over the next few years. I think he could be one of those summer league guards I see in 4, 5, 6 years.
Okay.
I actually think he could be better than Yuki, and I got to watch Yuki in Memphis. On the other
Okay.
end, you mentioned Chris Burden. I mean, I've been on Burden since I seen him at your COVID run, same as Jerron and Sanak and a few others. And I've had NBA guys tell me 2 years ago, "Oh, you're crazy. There's no way Burden is going to be like a Sanak." I said, Burden's going to sign Power Five, maybe even better than Sanak. And now look
Right.
at him. He's at Miami. I don't want to compare their situations. And I mean, Houston's great. I know that Kelvin's talked about their NIL money. I don't want to look in these kids' pockets. But when you look at names, Miami is right there on the beach. They got the ACC. It just seems like it's bigger. I think, especially with what you've done with Burden over the last few years, I think Burden is a first round pick, maybe not next year, even though it's a weak draft, but in 2028 or 2029, when he's flirting with that top 20 in lottery and the money is now better in the NBA.
Hmm.
Burden is a guy he's on my database. I'm telling people about him at Summer League this year. You better get down to Miami and watch Burden. So,
Man,
am I
absolutely.
crazy for that? Am I crazy?
Nah, and first and foremost, man, shout out to Chris Sanak and his team. I just think a kid that's coming out of the city of New Orleans and getting drafted. I don't think people realize how hard that is to do. I mean, it's hard to get drafted, but coming from New Orleans and getting drafted. So shout out to Chris Sanak and his team. I think that's phenomenal, man. And I think him going to Boston is a great place. He's gonna learn from some of the best in the game. And I think he's gonna have a very long NBA career. And and with Bird, being his former teammate, man, Chris Bird is 6'10" without shoes on, 42-inch vertical, can shoot the cover off the ball. He's one of the best shooters that I've ever trained. Like, I mean, there's sometimes where he'll run off 20 in a row and he'll miss one and then run off another 17 or 18 in a row. That's just how he
48 of
is.
50, I think, was the one time I came, the last time I come and saw y'all. He went 48 of 50, and I was like, I'm done. That's all I need to see. Not to
Yeah,
cut you
man.
off, my bad, but it was just so impressive. I had to say it.
Nah, and the crazy part about it is that he's eager. Like, obviously he's a young man, but he still has that joy for basketball like a young kid. And what I mean by that is he'll he'll do whatever it takes to get better. Like when he's in the gym and you go into the next drill, he's excited. Like he's like, all right, man, yeah, okay. It's like a challenge to him, but it's still fun. And I
It's a new
remember
bone
you.
to chew on. He loves chewing on them bones and getting that protein, the vitamins from the training that you're doing with him. So yeah, I love to
Absolutely.
see it. And nothing against Sanak, as I was saying earlier. Nothing against Sanak. I think the NBA is messed up by giving him the perfect landing spot and some fuel for the fire. He was a lottery pick, in my opinion, late lottery. And I hope he uses
Yeah.
that for some fuel. That's not, again, not to compare the two or diminish what he has done, but I just think Birden has got such a great potential. And Sanak, yeah, I think in a few years he could contribute to a postseason team. And you've seen both of those young men
Yeah.
show that initiative, the eagerness just to get it out the mud. Even when y'all was in COVID and didn't have no air conditioning, them guys was in there hooping, and
Right.
that's why they are where they are at today. So credit to you and credit to the work they're doing.
Absolutely.